B-Rad here, Buzz TV. We're with Andy, we're with Fuchs amps, and we're going to see some really hot new stuff. So show me, what do you guys have this year?
Well, this year we are introducing our 15th, we're celebrating our 15th anniversary of the company, and we brought out the replacement for our first original product, which was the ODS amplifier. That's one of the first half dozen amplifiers that I hand built myself back in 1999 when I was a little bit younger and perhaps a little more foolish. And what we've done after that, after 15 years, is we've collected a lot of comments from players, a lot of comments that when I go out and play, and ideas that come into my mind, and they've manifested themselves into the new ODS2. And the ODS2 basically is two individual channels. One is a dedicated clean channel that'll also do some real nice bluesy kind of dirt. And the second channel is a more elaborate version of the original ODS tones we were known for. It also includes a digital reverb, a 16-bit digital reverb that sounds awesome, a global master volume and presence control, and overdrive tone control, a full function effects loop, and on the back panel there's built-in external bias adjustments with built-in metering. You flip the switch, you set the voltage properly. When you replace your tubes, you can do it all yourself.
Oh, that's amazing. Now let me ask you a question. Available right now?
It'll be coming out in the spring. We're showing, this is actually literally the first prototype. The design is pretty much done. We're just finalizing a couple of front panel details. So I'm thinking before summer, should hit the streets.
And where am I going to find it?
Well, we have a dealer network. If you go to FuchsTV.WS, any of our dealers can order them in if they don't already have orders placed for them. And we've got about 20 dealers nationwide. So if you go to FuchsTV.WS, you can find them.
Let's hear some of this stuff, please.
Absolutely. I'll give you a little bit of the clean channel. Channel dirty for you a little bit here. Now I will go to the dirt channel. Just peel that back down, flip over to here.
The best thing is everything's coming from the head. We don't have pedals hidden back here. You're not going into racks. What you hear is coming from the product itself.
100% tubes. Other than the digital reverb, your signal path is 100% pure tubes.
Price point?
Price point, 50, I think it'll be a little bit shy of about 4,000, and the 100 maybe $200 more, a couple $100 more.
That's really not a bad number for what you're getting. I mean, you get what you pay for.
Absolutely. And it's only slightly more than the actual ODS that it replaces. I mean, over the years, over manufacturing, over the time that we have, we've also come up with some processes that make our manufacturing a little bit easier for us, so we can build things a little faster and a little bit more affordably. So basically we're trading off our manufacturing efficiency to give you more features for not that much more money. And the ODS is, kind of reached the end of its life. We're seeing a lot of them on the used market. Our dealers with new amps are competing with guys that are selling old amps, so it's time for a new model, and this I think takes it to a whole nother level.
It really does. I mean, and it's gorgeous itself. I mean, it's a beautiful looking product, and people lose sight of that these days.
Yep, absolutely.
I love the tube capability, because I'm a big thing. It's solid state. I'm not really a hit with that, but I could pop anybody's tube in pretty much, correct?
Yeah, you can run, in the case of the 50 or the 100, you can run 6L6s or EL34s. You just pop them in, you adjust the bias properly. There's a rotary switch. You pick a tube, you set the bias, you pick the next tube, you go all the way down the lineup, you get everything running happy. You give the amp about 20 minutes to settle down, make sure everything is good, you reset it, and you're done. And in the course of using the amp and gigging it, you can constantly check it. It's like the tire pressure on your car. You want to make sure everything is equal. You check it every now and again. Most guys don't check it till they have a flat tire. Most guys don't check their amps till they go into the repair shop. This lets the player get a little bit more involved with the amp, and he can bias his tubes a little cold if he's looking for a harder sound, a little bit warmer if he's looking for a darker sound.
And that means your tech guy is going to be on his toes, because you should never have a blowout if I could check my stuff before every show.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I appreciate everything. I love the product. I can't wait for them to see this thing.
Absolutely.
And very, very soon, you're going to be able to get your hands on one of these too.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate everything. God, this is a gorgeous thing. We're going to be back. We'll see them again in the next couple days. But boy, I love this product. B-Rad. We're out of here, guys. See you soon. Be right here, Buzz TV. Now, we came to a great place at NAMM because we get to talk about so many different products. So we're going to start with the Michael Kelly line of guitars. Hey, Mike Kelly, is this you? So we're here with Chaz, and we're going to dive right into this. So Chaz, I'm looking at some gorgeous, gorgeous guitars with the Michael Kelly name on. Yeah. Tell me about this stuff.
Well, this is the first thing I want to show you here is something we introduced at Summer NAMM in Nashville last summer. But it's the first time we've had them in Anaheim, and these are actually in stock and shipping now, and they've been very well received. We partnered with famed luthier Rick Turner, who is famous for his Renaissance model of guitars, as well as the Model 1 that he made for Lindsey Buckingham. Those guitars are ultra high-end, very expensive. So Rick approached us and wanted us to help him bring this design into our Korean facility to make it more affordable. So, and this is the outcome. It's been very successful. There's a nylon string guitar model. There's a steel string guitar, and then of course a 4-string bass. And Rick was just here yesterday, kind of taking me through the process of how this is made. It's kind of a unique guitar, as with all the Rick Turners. But if you're not familiar with them, the sides are actually steam bent like an acoustic. It is a hollow, actually a semi-hollow, because there is a wood block that goes down the center. And it's a bolt-on neck, and the electronics on these pieces is kind of the secret weapon. It's the Seymour Duncan D-Tar acoustic system, and Rick explained the output section to me yesterday. They found a way to get 36 volts headroom, I believe it is, out of 2 AA batteries.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And what that translates to is just an amazing amount of headroom for an acoustic preamp, so you can really dig into this thing and it doesn't distort at all.
You know, something I like is the string through body design on that in the back, which is really cool.
That's kind of a Michael Kelly thing that we've done on a number of models, and just so happens that's what Rick prefers as well. So that was kind of a nice marriage between what Rick does and what we're used to doing.
You know, as I said, that right there is an extra selling point for me, because I just love that in my pieces.
Yeah. And as a player, you'll find these things are very lightweight and comfortable to play. Acoustically, they're not very loud, but it's really meant to be played through an amp. That's where it really shines, and you get that D-Tar preamp cooking, and these things sound amazing. Matter of fact, I've sold a lot of these basses to some high-end bass shops around the country, and a consistent comment I get is, when you run it through an amp, it really sounds like a big upright bass, so.
Well, you can't get a better compliment than that, because most of us don't want to try to carry a big upright bass, let alone get it on a plane. That's not going to work.
Exactly.
Now let me ask, price points on these. What might they be?
They're all the same price. They map at $699.
Now that's a great price.
That's a lot of guitar for $699, especially compared to the ones that Rick makes for his brand here in San Francisco are very expensive, several $1,000s.
Oh, yeah, and as I said, $699 really is nothing compared to what else is out there that's not as good. The quality's there, and as I said, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, instruments. We take our hats off to Michael Kelly Guitars. You guys really hit a home run with this one.
Thanks.
Well, we're going to bubble around, see some other stuff, and we'll be right back. Okay. Thank you, guys. Be right here. We're still here with Chaz because we see a lot more of these gorgeous Michael Kelly products. So let's just get right into it. What do we have, Chaz?
Well, we really gave our acoustic offering a facelift this year. For those of you that know the history of Michael Kelly, it started in mandolins and acoustic basses. So we had the kind of the bluegrass acoustic market nailed for years. And we've offered acoustic guitars before, but this is the first time that we're doing something very unique and trying to hit very good price points, which is a Michael Kelly thing. So basically what we have here, we have the Triad series of acoustics, and what that refers to, the name, is they all have these 3-piece backs, which are not only are beautiful, but it adds to the structural integrity of the guitar. That's the little Trinity abalone inlay right there.
Very nice.
And this one in particular that I grabbed, there's a few different models. This one's unique in that it's a 10 string, which is kind of a unique thing. I know BC Rich does it in some of their bitch Perfect 10 models. As far as I know, we're the first ones to do it on an acoustic. So basically, your high strings from D all the way up to your high E string are doubled either with the octave or the unity string. But your bass notes, the E and the A, are just single A's, and that holds down, keeps the low end a little more clear, gives it more clarity when you're playing.
I like that. I mean, it's different, but it is actually a very good idea.
Yeah, this thing sounds amazing. Oh, I should point this out. We're doing side ports now too, which if you've never tried a guitar with side ports, you really need to do that. And how I would recommend you try them is put something over it and play it without, and then lift it off, and you really hear the difference.
Exactly. I was just going to say, for people that don't know, a side port is going to give you such more of a fuller sound that's just going to be everywhere, because you're not trying to come out a little hole just in the front anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And I like to explain this like, when you're playing electric guitar, you're not standing behind the amp where it's throwing out. You're in front of it, because you, as a player, you want to get the full experience as well, not just your audience, and this allows you to do that.
Very nice. Now, price point on something like this?
Well, this particular one is only $399. It's the 10 string, and it's a solid spruce top as well.
Now, we're also doing the double ports in 6-string models. Would I be correct with that?
Right. Yeah. This is where the Triad line starts. It's the Triad CE. Again, the side ports, and this is just your standard 6-string. And one thing I should mention too, they all come with the Fishman kind of discrete controls, a pickup system here, which is a fantastic pickup.
In fact, yeah, we were over at Fishman yesterday, so you know about the products Fishman delivers.
Again, 3-piece back. This one has kind of a satin finish, which keeps the cost down, but I actually prefer it over gloss. It feels better to me, and it really rings. And this sucker, $299 is the street price on this thing.
That's amazing. And you know what? I just love that little emblem in every 12th fret you got.
Yeah, that's cool. That's part of our Triad logo that we're.
That's what I mean. I see that, and I like that, and it's just very cool looking.
Very cool.
And the price point is very, very, very nice.
Nice.
I mean, you guys really keep your customer in mind.
That's good to hear, because that's our goal, is to like boutique on a budget is the Michael Kelly logo. So we're bringing some features that you normally don't see at these price points and make it a lot more accessible.
Well, you hear the name Michael Kelly, and now you know why it's such a quality name. Now, we know it just because we personally know a Michael Kelly, but the funny thing is, he's such a stand-up guy. Yeah. That's why we always say, are you making these? Yeah. And with the quality, Michael Kelly, it's synonymous. You guys do make a great product, and you care about your customer. And a lot of people forget about that. They make a product, they're worried about getting it out there, but they forget about the person they're selling it to, and you guys truly seem to care about your customers.
Absolutely.
We love that stuff. So let's see what else you guys have.
The next step in the new acoustic line is the Forte line. And we're not doing side ports on this, but what we are doing is kind of a Florentine cut, and we're experimenting with some exotic woods and some nice transparent stain finishes. All the bridges on the new acoustic are pinless bridges too, which makes it real easy to change strings.
I like that. Yeah, I see how you just pop it in and you're good.
And again, the Fishman system with the controls. We're going to these controls rather than the traditional cut a big hole in the side and shove a preamp in there. And this is just amazing sounding pickup.
It's a lot nicer than putting a hole in something you don't need to put another hole in.
Absolutely.
And the price point on something like this?
This one's $299. We got a $249 natural one. And then we're experimenting with some different colors, see how they go. That's a $299. And look at this one. It's a black top.
I tell you,
with a light back.
Gorgeous. This one has caught my eye.
Yeah, that's just
wow.
That's all quilt maple. What we did, obviously at the top we left natural, and then we put a stain on the back and sides.
See, that to me personally, that's just a beautiful piece. I love this one.
Thanks. And that's the Forte Port X model, which is $299 street price.
See, and again, the numbers here are so nice. You're going to pay a lot more with other people and get a whole lot less quality.
Cool.
$299, and you get something besides is great sounding, has great electronics in it, has great stuff, but is this beautiful. Do you really want to go somewhere else? Now first, Michael Kelly Guitars, where are we going to find these? Are they all the bigger locations, or are you in certain places?
You know, we've always prided ourselves to be, the dealer that champions the independent music stores. You don't really see a lot of these in the big box stores, and a lot of our dealers are, small independent dealers that really do well at these price points.
So would the best thing to be go to the Michael Kelly website to find a dealer near you?
Absolutely.
And what is that website?
It's just michaelkellyguitars.com.
So you go on that, click your state, your city, I don't know exactly, but it's an easy thing. You'll find a dealer near you, call them up, go down there, pick one of these bad boys up, and then you're sold.
Cool.
So let's see what else we got.
Well, last year you may know that we came out with the 50 series, which is our line of like single cut, kind of our version of Telecasters, and they took off and they continue to sell very well. So the next natural progression from that is come out with a Strat model. So here they are, and again, staying with that boutique on a budget motto, we want really fancy quilt tops, flame tops, transparent finishes, different pickup combinations. We've got some custom switching options here that we'll talk about here in a second. But this is our 60s line. The 50 lines is more the Tele styles. The 60 lines more of our double cutaway Strat style guitars.
And they are beautiful guitars.
Thanks. This is where they start price point wise. This is the 1963 model. Flame maple top. Humbucker in the bridge, 2 single coils, standard tremolo, $399 street price, and it does come in a few different colors, like that.
Wow.
That's our blue jean wash finish that we used on some Telecasters as well.
That is, again, another gorgeous, gorgeous product. You guys are just kicking it out of the park constantly with
One
this.
other thing that I think is really cool is we're using real wood binding on a lot of these, which you
don't see. No, I know what I see on those expensive guitars that I've bought through the years.
So that's the 63 that sells for $399. Then as we go up to like the 1964, you get really over-the-top quilt maple transparent amber finish. We're putting our rock-filled pickups in this particular one. This is one with the 1/4-inch pole pieces. Of course, zebra, and then single in black. Floyd Rose. This is more of the Super Strat, and it's $499. And then we get into the 65 and the 67, and again, going up the ladder in terms of features and qualities and the top. What I really wanted to do here was come up with some custom switching out of this pretty traditional setup as far as hum, single in your pickups. So what I did here, and this thing kind of explains it a little bit, but I'll show you here. We counted them up, we can get 14 different sounds out of this switching combination. They're all very usable sounds. No like wacky out of phase stuff, which as guitarists we all think is cool, but never really use. I'm guilty of that too. I want 100 different tones, but I use 4, So that happens a lot. So what I want to try to do here is come up with as many really real usable sounds just to make that guitar very versatile and play in many different styles of music. So basically how this works, when this little mini toggle switch is up, then this works as just your standard 5-way switch. So nothing new there. Of course, we have a coil tap here, which is very much a Michael Kelly thing. We almost always add a coil tap to our humbuckers. The difference on this model is I switched the coils so that you're actually turning off the center one, and it's leaving the bridge coil on, which is a little brighter. But the main reason I did that is, when getting back to this mini toggle, when I turn that on, that adds the neck pickup to any position where it typically will not be. So basically what that translates into, when you have this tapped and pull that down, you've got the neck and then the bridge coil of the humbucker, and it's Telecaster twang, city,
very nice.
country, you know.
So you've definitely opened the door to a lot more possibilities.
Yeah, you know. And I don't think I reinvented the wheel. This may have been done before. I just think it's cool, you know. So.
Well, that, and you do it at a nice price point,
Yeah.
whereas other people do it, and you're looking at 3-4 times the price point.
Absolutely.
For something like that. And again, this is why we love the Michael Kelly
Cool.
products.
Thanks,
Think about the customer.
Thanks. One other tone I want to point out here that is actually my favorite. In second position, of course, it's your bridge and your middle, but I like to coil tap that. So again, you got this coil, the center, and then with this, you can add the neck. So you have these 3 single coils all on at once, working together.
See, that's got to give you a great and unique sound.
Yeah, very full, thick, but still single coil. It doesn't have that humbucker growl to it, but it's got some punch. So
very nice.
And we added them up. There's 14 different sounds, and this little card we're going to be shipping with each guitar, and it takes you through all the settings and explains what's going on. But we call this our full 14 mod because we get 14 different sounds out.
And that's a great thing. And you know, the card's a big deal. If you ship it without it, it's going to take someone forever to figure a lot of this stuff out. So again, even to the smallest details, Michael Kelly's thinking about you.
And this 67 series is $599. That's kind of the top of the line with the Duncan and the bridge, and then the Rockfield single coils, gold hardware. The 65 is all Rockfield with chrome hardware, but with that full 14 mod on it. And that one sells for $499.
That's great. Now, I see the custom stuff over here. Let's go talk about some custom guitars.
Yeah, one thing cool about working at Michael Kelly, we like to experiment with some stuff, and stuff that maybe hadn't been done before, and we all like it, but we throw it out there and let the public tell us if it's going to work or not.
Exactly.
So what we came up with is this custom collection, which is everything you see here on the wall, the black wall behind me. And for various reasons, these are limited run pieces. And I'll start over here with the striped ebony collection. And the reason these are part of the custom collection limited is that we sourced a very limited amount of this striped ebony top, which is a beautiful wood, but we only have so much of it. And we don't know if we can find it again. It might be a while. So we're letting people know up front, hey, this might not be around for a while for that reason. This is the 50s model, which is in stock now, the 55. And then this is part of the 60s collection, the new Strats. And these are not in stock yet, but they'll be shipping in February, I believe. But it's a very beautiful wood. And one thing I should point out is just based on the nature of the wood, every piece is going to look a little different.
Oh, of course. Well, they're individual pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. And just beautiful guitar for $499 street. And this one, we put a humbucker and a mini humbucker in the neck. So it's kind of a rock and roll telly with a beautiful top.
And it's just another gorgeous piece.
Thanks, man. And then we move down. We've never made a 7 or 8 string electric before. And we know there's a very tight-knit multi-string guitar community out there. So we wanted to offer something to them. So we're making a 7 and an 8. And again, we had the idea of trying it in areas that haven't been done before that I know of. So we put it on like our 50s body, the telly body, and doing some really cool finishes. Like that sucker right there.
I mean, it's beautiful, and we know some players that use those 8, 9, and 10 string models.
Oh yeah.
So they're gonna love getting something like this because it's not just a flat standard something. You have something now that looks as meaty as what you're about to unleash to the world.
Thanks.
So
one thing I should point out, everything in our custom collection is going to have the custom collection logo on the side of it too.
Very nice.
So that's the multi-strings. Moving on, this is what we're calling our Evolution collection. Now we partnered up with Fishman, who we've been using Fishman preamps in our acoustics for years and years. Fishman is branching out into electric guitar pickups this year. So they contacted us and they asked us to use it in the model, and we were like, sure, send us some to check out. And I was pretty blown away with these. It's the Fishman Fluence pickups, and these are the single coils, obviously, and those are like the PAF style humbuckers. and I like them quite a bit. So we put them in these two guitars and kind of made them their own custom collection series. And they do hit a little higher price point. The Strat, or the 60s version, $699 Street, and then $899 Street for the single cutaway Patriot model there with gold heart.
You know, that's not a bad thing. And just to touch on the Fishman pickups, make sure you watch the segment because we actually spoke to Fishman, did a big thing on the new pickups, especially this line, so you'll know exactly what that pickup's going to do when you're playing through a Michael Kelly guitar.
Yeah, great sounding pickups.
Exactly.
And then winding out the custom collection that we're showing here, the Patriot, which is our single cutaway mahogany archtop guitar, has been part of the Michael Kelly line for years and years. But you know, every year we like to try something a little different. So we really went over the top with some exotic tops, and we put this nice abalone inlay stripe down the center, which I think really works with the quilt, and doing some really cool finishes.
And again, from what I see, the price points are so nice.
Yeah, $499 street price on this. Again, with the Rockville Zebra pickups, and check out this finish. That's something very unique that I've never seen anything like before.
It's almost like a color shift.
Yeah.
You know, from where you look at it, it's either flat black or, you know, so I do like that.
Yeah, we call that our partial eclipse.
It is gorgeous.
It's probably out of everything on this wall. You know, they're like, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, and people are like, what is that? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And again, the price point on it, you're looking at that $499 number. Boy, is that good.
And that pretty much wraps up everything new for Michael Kelly for 2015, which is a lot. It's going to be an exciting year.
Oh, it truly is. I mean, there's a lot of things we've seen at NAMM, but very, very few things that we really want to say are smoking hot products that we find at NAMM. Michael Kelly guitars are one of the few, and it's definitely going to be one of our top picks at NAMM 2015.
Cool.
Chaz, we appreciate everything
Thanks,
from you. This was a great, great learning experience.
Great.
Remember, if you want a quality product, a gorgeous product, and then at a price point that's right there for you, it's Michael Kelly Guitars. B-Rad, Buzz TV, Chaz, Michael Kelly Guitars, NAMM 2015. We're out. See you guys.
To burn, my soul to burn, my soul to burn, my soul to burn.